Let me bring in Liberal Senator for New South Wales, Andrew Bragg, now, who has proposed a Senate inquiry into the ABC complaints process. Good to talk to you about this again, Andrew. It seems extraordinary that Ita Buttrose and the ABC have railed against this so strongly, given they acknowledge there's a problem because they're looking at it themselves.
Well, under the Constitution, the Senate has to perform a review function, and that's what it's going to do in relation to ABC's complaints handling process, and that's a very much a run-of-the-mill thing that the Senate would do.
Well, the point, though, is that the ABC is doing its own little review of its complaints process, so therefore they're recognising there's an issue here. There's been all sorts of problems at the ABC when it comes to complaints and stories wrong that haven't been properly dealt with. So they know there's a problem, yet you have a Senate committee looking at the same issue, and Ita Buttrose has cried foul. She says the government's now trying to tell the ABC what to do. Have a listen to this.
Does he agree with the notion of an independent public broadcaster and an independent board? Or does he believe that politicians should be able to meddle in and dictate to the national broadcaster about content? Because that's where this is leading.
Is there any basis to that claim from Ita Buttrose? Are you trying to dictate the content of the ABC now?
Well, the ABC Charter sets out that the organisation is to be independent. I support that. I also support the editorial standards, which require editorial independence. So that is not in question. What is in question is the complaints handling process of the ABC, and there are many community groups that feel aggrieved about the way in which the ABC goes about doing this. So complaints handling has nothing to do with editorial independence.
Absolutely. It's just extraordinary that Ita Buttrose would be saying such a thing. It's the sort of thing we would expect to hear from a Green senator. Let's just have a look at what a Green senator, Sarah Hanson-Young, has tweeted on this issue. She says she's going to move in the Senate to protect the ABC from a blatant attack launched on it by the Morrison government. Independence of the public broadcaster is essential for our democracy. It shouldn't be up to politicians to dictate what the ABC can and cannot report on. How on earth does your committee inquiry actually have anything to say about what they can report on?
Well, it has nothing to do with that. It has to do with complaints handling, and the Senate's role is to perform a review function of government agencies, and that's what we do. That's what the Australian people expect us to do. There is $1 billion that is expended by the ABC each and every year, and so ensuring that government agency is doing what it should do under its mandate is an essential role of the Senate.
And Sarah Hanson-Young was chairing a committee looking at media diversity, which she clearly saw and used as an opportunity to do nothing but attack News Corp media. The hypocrisy is extraordinary. Well,
I mean, the private media, commercial media, I'm not so focused on because it's not funded by taxpayers. The ABC is funded by taxpayers, and so we have a responsibility. So my sense is that the Senate needs to consider this question very carefully, because if the Senate was to vote against having an inquiry, a standard inquiry into a government agency, then we are basically closing the door on all these people who want to have their say, but we're also closing the door on the scrutiny of government and government agencies.
Yeah, it would be an extraordinary thing for the Senate to block that, but, you know, it is the waiting room in that it's the bar room scene from Star Wars up there, so we'll see what happens. Thanks for joining us, Senator. Senator Andrew Bragg there, Liberal Senator for New South Wales. So this is about the ABC's complaints process. This is because when you are wronged or a story is incorrect, then the taxpayers in this country should be able to get some sort of resolution out of the ABC. There should be transparency and accountability. It's got nothing to do with telling the ABC what they can put on air.